Hey guys, this is Elluci here, and today I'm going to be talking about Monster Life, or Maple Story Farmville. So, why should you bother doing this? Well, you see these monsters over here? These can give your character additional stats. For example, I have something like the Pipsqueak Lumi, which gives me an additional target from mobbing skills. And this is quite valuable, as this can only be seen in legendary inner abilities. And also, I'm a warrior main, so something such as bull power, plus 12 strength. This is definitely good. It gives me more strength. I want to hit a bit harder. And the nice thing is this is affected by your potentials on your equipment. So, for me, I'm not going to just get 12 strength. I'm going to get maybe 20 strength or like 24 strength, depending on how much I have. Now, the thing is, not many people bother with doing Monster Life, as they probably do not want to play Farmville and Maple Story. And some of these extra stats, they consider it negligible or not really worth the investment. Or some people just don't know that Monster Life exists at all. But you can squeeze in a little bit of extra stats for your character, and that is always nice. So I'm going to go through everything I can think of for Monster Life, so you too can start doing this. So since there's so many things, I'm just going to go through the UI. So that'll probably cover most things. Okay, so you have your display picture. Don't go too crazy with this. If you put something like vulgar, then you could get banned. So be careful of that. I mean, you probably won't, but just play it safe. Put something appropriate, so it's all good. You also have this auto harvest button. Now, I wouldn't recommend this to newbies because the auto harvest button takes 1k Waru, 1,000 of your monies. And towards the beginning, when you're starting off, this is quite a lot. And you won't be placing a lot of buildings as well, so you just manually collect the Waru. However, once you start getting a bit more established in Monster Farm, and you want to be lazy, then by all means, go ahead and use the auto harvest. 1k won't be too much once you're a bit more established. Now, these are your quests, your storyline, and this is going to be your main source of EXP. So you want to be doing everything here. But around certain levels, you won't be getting quests, and that is completely fine. That's intended. But that means you're going to be on your own, and then you have to gain EXP through other means. And without quests, this can be quite tedious. But I can go through some of the EXP tactics so you can kind of get through it a bit faster. And then you also have the repeatable quest, which is the red scroll. And this fairy gives you more quests. It can give you 4 quests, but it's actually 3 quests. So I'll go OK. All right, so my quests now are 7. And I have something like nurture canines, raccoons, ferrets, all of this stuff. Basically, the repeatable quests are mainly going to be focusing on you have to nurture a certain type of monster, or you play with a certain type of monster. And towards the beginning, this might be a bit tedious because there are 23 types of different mobs. So it's not going to be easy to nurture that certain one. But playing with other people's mobs will be a lot easier because there are dedicated farms for that. And also something to note is there's something called the good job, which is if you complete 10 repeatable quests, you get rewarded 1 gem, and this is pretty much forever. So if you're quite keen for gems, you gotta keep up to date with the repeatable quests. Just keep pumping them out, and you'll slowly get more gems. Now, and then here's the My Monster. This is where you have your monsters. You can browse through the stats and stuff. So here's my mushroom. I'm gonna look at the info. This isn't really too important, but this is the name. You can name it. It's a mushroom. That's the type of monster it is. That's the name. You see this Waru here? This means like how much it'll sell for when you discard it. Like, so I'm not gonna get any Waru for discarding this, throwing him away. But if I do something with a higher level, say like my dog here, so I'm going to get 16 Waru for throwing him away when I release. See, I'll gain 16 Waru, but that's not really worth, so I'm not going to do that. So it just has a bunch of kind of useless information, like times nurtured. You can see that here. Play sessions is if people come to your farm and play with your monsters, you get like a tiny bit of Waru. It's not really much. And then here's the effect, which you can just see right here anyway. And then you have nurture. And so nurturing gives your mobs more EXP. So initially you start off at level 1. So I'm going to take this Pipsqueak Lumi, for example. So he's level 1 right now. I'm going to nurture him. And he's level 2. I'm going to nurture him another 2 more times. So this is, you get more EXP for nurturing monsters who want your care. So that's when they have the love heart. They get more EXP if they have that. But I don't really care about that. So I'm just going to nurture it 3 more times and boom, he's level 3. And each time you nurture a monster, you'll gain 10 EXP. And you also gain 2 Waru, which is kind of funny because that is nothing. But yeah, you will need to nurture your things to level 3 because that is the minimum level for you to start combining it with other monsters. But I'll get into that later. You have the release. So, let's say you start combining monsters and you keep getting the same thing. You won't get the benefits from having 10 of the same thing. Just having one of it is enough. So you want to throw away the other 9. And so, because you'll run out of space. So you want to release them. And then you also have the extend life feature. If your monsters expire, there's a effect until if they expire, you can extend their life, but not for all mobs. You can do it for some. And some of these will be extendable through Waru, but some will require gems. If you decide to go for S rank, these are renewable with gems. So if you want to keep making S ones, you will need to refuse for another clean S. But if you go for A+, you can renew them with Waru, but I think it costs a few 100k Waru. So yeah, it's up to you. And then there's a rename, which costs Waru. I don't know if it costs gems. I've never used this. I don't have a need to do it. But yeah, so all these monsters, as long as they're roaming around the farm, you'll gain benefits from them. Next, you have the decorate farm. These are your buildings, the stuff that generates Waru for you. So I have these tip-top balloon shops. Gives me some Waru, it stores, and then there's a thing called aesthetic points. I'll talk about that in a bit. But so you have your money makers, and then you have Decor. Decor just makes swags out your farm, makes it look a little bit better, more aesthetic. And then you have roads, and roads they never had a purpose before, but now there's a thing called the road network, where if you integrate it with your farm, then it can give you additional aesthetic points. But it doesn't seem too worth. But you could use it anyway. It's up to you. I don't use it personally. You have the reposition. So let's say I want to move something. I want to move this cannonball to over here. So you just do reposition. You see this checkerboard kind of thing, this grid line, and then you just click on something. I want to move that over here. This is your confirm, this is your rotate button, this is your cancel. So, well, I want to keep my cannon there, so I'm going to put it back here. Now I'm going to place it here. Boom, that's all good. And then if you click the shop, it takes you to this tab, the shop tab. Yeah. I think that's about it. Oh, also you can gain lucky boxes every day when you log into your farm around reset time, so midnight UTC. And this contains at least 2k Waru. You get either 2k, 5k, or 10k Waru vouchers. So I got like a 2k. I'm not gonna open like 27 of them. I'm just gonna I'll just show you for now. So for you newcomers, it's quite nice. It's like, woohoo, yeah, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. That's all good. And then now aesthetic. So what's the purpose of aesthetic? So as you can see, we can read from the bonuses. So, you get additional aesthetic from utilizing the road network. So like putting road on your farm, that'll give you a little bit more aesthetic. But aesthetic increases your combined result choices. I think this is honestly with like more to do with special monsters, but I don't know. I've never really used it. Like I've observed it because I don't do it too often. Your buildings can hold more Waru. So like say this building would typically hold 3,000, but because I have more aesthetic, I can hold 3.128k. And also I get discounts from purchasing things within the shop tab here. And there's a special merchant visit chat. So like what that is above your quest tab, there'll sometimes be a special shop. And inside that special shop, you can buy these special buildings like these, and also these aesthetics, like this cannon or like this base. Stuff that's typically purchasable with gems. You can buy it with Waru, but it's quite expensive. So, yeah, if you're new, probably don't bother with that too much. Once you get more established, yeah, you can splurge a bit with some cool things. And then you have gems, valuable currency purchase with NX. So this is quite valuable. You want to save these. If you go completely free to play, like you don't spend anything to acquire gems. Like you obtain all of your gems from doing the repeatable quest. What I would recommend is for your My House. Once you get to the manor upgrade, you'll need to go to the Mighty Manor and Country Mansion. So you need to save up gems for this. Also, something good is to save for the basic monster slot expansion. And there's also one for the, I don't see it here, but there's one for your monster barn expansion, because typically you only have, I think, 3 slots or 5, I don't remember, but that is good to get as well, because you want to have more slots so you can get more effects. And also when you do a lot of fusing, it's more convenient, like you have more space. Otherwise you have to keep hopping back and forth, so that's not too good. So like if I had to spend my gems, I would probably go for 5 of these, because you can buy 5 of these before you have to buy this. You can only buy this once you have maxed this one out. Afterwards, I would probably buy the monster barn expansion so I can hold more monsters. So I can store more monsters or hold more monsters and do the whole nurturing thing. Afterwards, I would probably save up for my Mighty Manor. It's only 28, so that's not too bad. And then later on, you can probably go back to using the fancy monster slot expansion or save up for the country mansion. But this is a lot of gems. So you're gonna have to spend quite a lot of time trying to get this. But that is how I would go about it. You can like buy gems if you want to in the cash shop. But personally, I acquired all of these from doing the daily the repeatable quests. So yeah. And then you have your Waru, money. That's your money. Like you use it to buy things here, from the shops. And then this is a list of your monster effects. It's all listed here, so it's kind of nice. And so this is your farm building. You can't move this. It's 5 by 5, and you can leave it's like Facebook. You can put like a status here. You can write like messages, and you can communicate with people like this person, enjoy the holidays. Thank you, Catville. You can read other people's comments. You can track who's visited your farm and stuff. Yeah, nobody really uses this. Not many people at all. It's not really useful. This is your monster storage. You can hold monsters in here. Keep in mind, if you have monsters in here, you will not receive the effects. Just to make sure you can, I'm going to put away my Pipsqueak Loomy, and he should disappear from here. Yeah, so I don't get the effects from the Pipsqueak Loomy. So if you wanted to store something, probably store something that's not too useful for you, or like any spares or something. Like if I had, say, 2 slime and snails, I'd probably put like 1 in here, and then just have 1 outside for the effect. Or if something expired, and I might want to extend the life later, I'll just put it in here. But the stuff that's useful, you keep outside. So yeah. What else? This is your monster life ranking. This isn't really relevant. It's just cool to see, other people's farms. See some hardcore farms. And this is your friend list. You can add people on here. You can add your friends. And this is good because it helps you keep track of some certain farms that are active and have some stuff that you want to fuse with. One of the ones I really recommend for the daily quest or the repeatable quests are the the zodiac signs, the Sun Zodiac signs. I'm gonna visit Aquarius, for example. This person has reptiles and dragons, and if you want to see what else they have, they listed it in the farm place here. So he says, welcome to my farm, I have dragons, reptiles, and birds, yetis, bovines, pigs. So this is a plethora of resources for you. So go to town with your play with this type of monster or that one. Or you want to fuse with them for some reason. Once you have a higher rank, you can fuse with them, then by all means. So yeah, I highly recommend the Sun Zodiac signs. There are other ones, but this is my go-to. They usually have 10 across, 10 of every mob. So if you want to just play with them, then it can be good for you for 2 repeatable quests. This one is takes you to the gateway to go to a bunch of random farms. Like go to Jules' place. You see this nerd. You see this guy that has no mouth, but it's he has a mustache. I don't know what this is, but whatever. You have the fairy that gives you the quest, and you have a photo album. So you click on this, and yeah, you go visit a random farm. Okay, it's a bit laggy, but yeah, okay, here we go. So I'm in somebody's farm in Scania. Oh, that's very nice. They have some monsters. Have a look. Oh, that's some good stuff that they got here. So when you visit other people's farm, you can check out the info. Similarly, you can play. I think if you play with like some of their monsters, yeah, you also get like 2 or 3 wire. I don't remember. I think it's 3, and then you have an option to combine. Now, typically for combining, what I like to do is if you're combining with somebody, make sure their mob is either the same tier as yours or you have a tier that is one below theirs. So I have S, but it's a bit hard to say. But I'll just like fuse with something. So I have 2 S's. And hopefully it gives me like a, okay, that's not too good. I'll try again. Oh, it's an A. But yeah, but I'll do it anyway. So I got an A plus. Like, oh, that's a damn shame. But so your rankings are from your lowest is C. Then you have B, B plus, A, A plus, S, and SS. So if you have a B rank monster, you can probably want to fuse with a B plus, but you can fuse with a B and tier up. I usually think that fusing with 1 tier higher than you gives you a better chance for fusing, but it's hard to say. I can't prove that for sure. And the fuse cost for C with C ranks, I believe, is 50. For B, it is 100. For B plus, it is 500. For A, it is 1,000. For A plus, it is 3,000. And for S, it's 5,000. And if you are fusing a C with a B, it'll count the B cost. So that'll cost 100 Waru. If you're fusing a B with an A plus for some reason, I don't know why you would, but let's say you did that, that would cost 3,000 Waru. But to get the best results, probably fuse with the same tier or 1 tier higher than you. So yeah, again, A fuse with A's or fuse with A pluses. Okay, what else? In terms of like the monster level, I don't know if it affects too much. Some people have like level 30 monsters, and I typically stay at a really low level because I'm very lazy with nurturing my monsters. And I don't know if that plays into the whole like affecting the combined chances of things, but I think it probably does, but it is quite tedious, and I just stick with low levels. And then here's your shop. You want to buy buildings, and in terms of what type of building you want to make, you have 2 choices. If you're somebody who checks your farm very frequently, or you have the time to, probably choose something that generates the most Waru very quickly, but has the least storage. But if you're somebody who doesn't have the time to check the farm as frequently, then you can probably choose one that has a longer storage. But in all honesty, the difference shouldn't be that much. So I think, yeah, can't go wrong with just getting the fastest Waru generator. So, you obviously want to make money. Like, you want to keep saving money. So you can buy other stuff or fuse. And you want to tier up your monsters. So, your buildings range from 2x2 to 3x3 to 4x4. Now, I personally would not recommend buying 4x4s or 3x3s because they don't seem very efficient. Because, with 4x4, you can fit, 4 2x2s in that area, and that can probably pull in more Waru for you than a 4x4. But, it's your farm. You can buy whatever you want. You can play around with it, make it look really nice. But in terms of what to get, this is the one that I have. This one is probably the best one to get. You know, I have like 51 of them on my farm here. So it's like you get this one if you can. You know, 12 gems is definitely quite pricey. But otherwise, you know, you go free to play, you buy, you know, whatever is here. And then with Decor, I wouldn't bother with Decor unless you want to make your farm look nice. Because Decor doesn't really do much for you. You know, from all these benefits, it does not give you that much benefit. And then usable, you know, yeah, you want these two, and then you also want the Monster Barn experiment. I missed that. And then, yeah, this is a Pipsqueak Lumi. You unlock this at level 40, the max level. Yeah, it's quite nice. And this is a bunch of aesthetics, you know, background stuff. And then this is your mana, expanding your farm. The dimensions are listed here. So first you start off with 17 by 17. Once you get to the end, it's 25 by 25. So I got this one. So that's why my farm looks so huge the way it does. And yeah, this is your database. You can check from the special monsters. Like, ooh, look at this. 5 attack. I mean, that's like nothing, but even still, that's not that good. 20 all stat. That's like 2 prime scroll. That's not bad. Final attack skill damage. Okay, just a note about the final attack skill damage. This probably refers to back then when Heroes and Mercedes had a skill called Final Attack, you know, advanced Final Attack and stuff. So that is probably in reference to that. Don't think like, oh wow, I'm gonna get like 15% like skill damage or like final damage or something. Yeah. You know, you get damage, buff duration, EXP, ignore death, boss damage. I think Hiller's is like 3% min crit. I mean, crit damage. If I can find her. Yeah, here it is. A 2% crit damage. But the thing to note is these special monsters are extremely hard to make. Like, probably don't aim for this. Like, it's not realistic, but you know, you can try for it. You can keep going for it, but your mobs only last for 30 days. So you'd have to keep trying, and the chance to craft it is just so rare. And if you want to renew it with gems, that is probably very expensive as well. So yeah, you want to make one of everything here. And like some of the benefits aren't good. You know, for example, like dragons is its final blow has a 10% chance of regaining 10 HP. Like this is rubbish. Even for the S rank. Like wow, 60 HP for a final blow, a 10% chance. Wow, that's whoop-de-doo. But you know, you have some other good stuff, you know, like the Erdis one. In your 5th job areas, you gain more drop rate. And then yeah, you have your achievements. This does not actually do anything. Maybe if you get more achievements, you can gain like some statues and stuff. It's just a trophy that you can place on your farm, but nobody really cares about that. Went over this one. This is your quest tab where yeah, she gives you more quests. This is your shop guy. And then yeah, this is your book database where you can check everything. And also, you know, doing farm can be pretty boring, even though this is a bit tedious, but you can still chat with your friends here. Hello world, there we go. And then you can also talk with your guild. But the thing is, once you switch between farms, you can't really communicate with them. like it's a bit tedious. It's not that well refined. I mean, I guess you still can, but yeah, you have to keep opening this, and that's not very convenient. Now let's see what else. What else have I forgotten or I need to consider? Oh yeah, you can also message other people. So this is my friend Pizza. Hello, Pizza. And I think this is in game. What this comes out as is you're whispering someone. I think this will pop up when you whisper someone or somebody whispers you. And then yeah, you can visit people's farms, the homepage, info. You can message them, unfriend them. I've never used this, to be honest. I didn't I just click all the random buttons, but yeah, okay, there's like some friend recommendations. I don't think anybody uses that. And this is if you want to add somebody that you want to visit, and this is you want to add somebody on your friends list. There's a block. I've never used this. Like, I don't come to the farm and block people. It's I don't think people come onto farms and harass each other, so that's pretty good. I think you'll find there. Another feature is you can convert your Waru into coins, which you can purchase in the shop. So yeah, so I think it's like 100,000 Waru for one coin, and you can buy this. I don't know why you would, but you can. And 1,000 coins for a mastery book definitely seems very reasonable. And 100, which is probably 1 million Waru for 100 spell traces. That sounds pretty good. Like 100,000 sounds a bit too much for me. Yeah, I probably need to be corrected about that. But yeah, you can buy some cool stuff here. And yeah, I think that should be it about Monster Farm. Now I'm going to talk about how you would level up your farm if you wanted to do it quickly or more quick. So one of the things that I would want to do if I wanted to power level my farm is look for this special monster. This one. The farm EXP gain +5. And this is quite easy to kind of get. When I was making this, I got this quite frequently, so I was able to continually refresh it and just keep doing it. So what this means is whenever you nurture your monster, you're going to get an additional 5 EXP. So instead of gaining 10 EXP when I nurture my monster, I'm going to get 15. So that is quite a drastic difference from going from 30 to 45. That is like a 50% increase. So yeah, definitely you want to get that as soon as possible. The next thing I would want to do is also obtain a higher level mushroom. High level mushroom would be nice because this is discount on Monster Life shop products, and you're gonna be buying something for this power level, so that is definitely nice. And if you can extend your slots for everything, this will definitely make things more convenient. You have more slots, so you can keep nurturing and releasing monsters. Another thing is you want to be fairly established in Monster Life because you're going to be needing a lot of Waru to power level if you want to. I remember I had a few mil, probably like 3 or 4 mil, and I was level 38, and I probably used 2 or 3 mil to kind of get to 40. I don't quite remember, but I used up most of my Waru trying to power level. But once you have your mushroom and you have your Pharaoh Yeti and you have a lot of Waru, what I would do is buy this. Just buy as many of these as you can, and you keep opening them because it's the most easiest and fast way to obtain, monsters on your farm. So you would buy those boxes, you would open them, give it a random name, nurture it 3 times, and then release it. And you keep doing this. Just keep doing this. So like for every box, you have 45 EXP. And so you can see why you'd want to get the mushroom. 6% discount will save you a little bit of money. So you can do this for a little bit longer. So that is how I would power level it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm really missing about this, but I think I've covered pretty much all aspects of Monster Farm. Yeah, I've gone through here, all of this, the chat box, reposition shop, this, like all of the UI here. Oh, just a few other things that's not in the game of Monster Life, but it's more to do in Maple World, but it's a gateway for Monster Life. But yeah, just a few more things. So when you double click people's info, I'm going to click on this person. So, they list their farm info. You can always visit their farm from that. And this is also good in terms of when you trade people. If you're doing like a bigger transaction, this is good information to keep because this is shared across all of their, other characters, like not just in Bera, but in other worlds. If they decide to like scam and then like go to Scania or something, then you'll know, oh, this is the same person as the one who scammed me. So it's kind of good information. And if they do change their farm name or anything, then the safeguard is to just visit their farm and add them. Like if you have nobody on your friends list and you just add this, this one person, and you just keep it there. And then one day, their farm changes. You'll know, like, oh, this is the same person as this. So that's more of a real, like a trading kind of thing. Not so much like Monster Life, but it is something to, it's something to note. And the one last thing is, like, I'm probably not going to find one, but it's just a good example, like a good place to find one. So in Critias, you'll it's not just Critias, but like just random parts in the Maple world. Sometimes you'll find these monsters that are just roaming around somewhere. Like I usually find a mob here somewhere, just like wandering around, and the mob has the name of some farm. And usually what you do is you just kill the mob and it drops this blue envelope. And it's just an invitation to somebody's farm. And if you go there, you can get 100 Waru, which is like nothing. But anyway, you can visit other people's farm like that. They discover random farms like, oh wow, a whole new world of possibilities and shit. But I think that is it about Monster Life. Yeah, this is such a long video, like 40 minutes long. But I think it covers pretty much everything I wanted to say about Monster Life. And I think, yeah, that can help you. It's just going to be a bit tedious if you're trying to find like information about a specific aspect about Monster Life, maybe I can just go through this video again and just kind of put in the description some timestamps so you can sift through some certain things. Because I don't know how to video edit or have any video editing software. But yeah, I hope that helps. A complete mega guide to Monster Life. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good day and night wherever you're from. And I hope this helps you, the people who do Monster Life. And I'll see you later.